Hello, 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 beautiful people. How are you? Um, so I'm going to be joined by some previous guests in this live. Some of them are waiting backstage. Let me see if I can put them in. Let's see. Let me see if I can. I did invite my guests. I'm waiting for them to come. Oh, there she is. Okay, hold on. Yes, Miss Sweet Rod, she's here. Hi. I
Hi,
can't see your pretty. I can't see your pretty face.
because I'm short and I
I
have to sit up in the chair like
here.
this.
It's good to
Hi.
see you. You're back on the other side. You're back on the other side. There you
Yeah,
go.
I can. Can you
How
hear
are you,
me?
Mama? I
I'm
can hear
good.
you. I can hear you really well. So we're running this live because when you won the raffle and you came and you brought your family, you told me that I was doing a disservice to others by not uh, continuing the raffle. And I took that and I meditated on it and I thought on it and all of the things that you said. And you're absolutely right, um, that to not do the raffle is basically saying to those who didn't appreciate the work that they've won and therefore deny other people from getting the same benefits of the raffle. But before we jump into that, tell us about like your experience here in Tanzania, because I know you're back home in the States. What are you doing back in the States?
Preparing to come and live there. I'm preparing. I've started to downsize. I've started to clean out the house. I have started the process because we will definitely be coming to live there. I loved it so much.
Absolutely. I mean, you make me so joyful and so happy that this raffle that I ran, I think you were the second cycle, but the
Yes.
raffle that I ran, it landed on a seed. You know, the seed landed on fertile soil. And
Yeah.
that's what I was looking to do, is to bring people here, bring people to Africa, let them see what it's like here and encourage them, be straightforward with them on all of the pits and the misfalls and all the joys of living here as well. And then they will begin to understand and realize what I was trying to do.
Hmm.
And I'm so excited that you guys came and you saw what I saw
Hmm.
and you feel how I felt. And I'm motivated, and fired up to start the raffle again. Hey, Will. Yes. So thank you, Will. So we are launching the raffle again.
Okay.
Um, yes. So it is live now and it's on starlinesale.com/raffle. So I'm just going to go ahead and post the comment of where you can get the raffle tickets.
Okay.
And, let me see. And when you came, you said something interesting about the value of the ticket.
Definitely.
You had
Def-
said to me that the value superseded the at any cost of what you paid for the ticket.
ab-
And so tell me a little bit more about how you felt winning that raffle though, and then the room that you were staying in.
it was absolutely gorgeous. First off, I couldn't even believe I won because I never win anything. I said that to you before. I never win anything. And I said,
Yes.
this is exactly what I said. That lady's not going to call my name. My daughter said, Mommy, you don't know. I said, that lady is not going to call my name. She will call everybody around me. And you said my name, and I almost fell off the end of the chair. when you said my name. Now, what a blessing, because when I got there, I could not believe that you afforded us all of that for that amount. And that right there, I said, this is very spiritual. This happened to bring us here for a reason, right to this place right here, Exodus House. And the value is, I can't
Hey,
even,
naturally organic.
I can't even,
Let's see. Let me try this.
what happened?
I'm not sure if I'm the problem because I've been having a glitchy internet. Can you see me, sweet Mama Ra?
Yes, I can see you. Yes.
Okay, good. All right. And you can hear me well.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, because you kind of went choppy when you were talking about the room and the spiritual place. It went choppy for me, so I'm not sure if it went choppy for other people.
Hmm. But
But
it's a beautiful experience. People need to come and just experience it. Come and visit. Come put your feet on the ground. Come and see for yourself, because I can't even explain it. I've never been in the resort and felt that way. I felt at home. The people were so welcoming, and I was so laid back, and all the stresses of here. It took me about 1 or 2 days, and then I realized I was free, and I felt free. I didn't feel stressed or anything. So people need to come and don't take my word, because this is like on here. Put your feet on it. Buy a raffle ticket, man, and see if you win, and just come. I have
and
somebody going to say hello to you in a minute. So, but
oh, okay.
that's it. It's beautiful.
No problem. Thank you. Naturally organic says I froze. Thank you.
Yeah,
Oh,
frozen.
and Mama Roz is just fine. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you know what it is? Sometimes when I have the fan on in this room, it does mess with my internet. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'll be
Sure.
right back. Let me turn off this fan. Sometimes it does do that. Let me do this. Sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Pole sana, y'all. So let me know if I'm okay now. Those of you who can see us, let me know if I'm okay. Um, so I have already relaunched the raffle. I've already redeployed it. It's on starlinesale.com. I tried putting it in the comments, but I'm going to try it again.
Okay.
Of where you can get the raffle ticket, and I'm going to give you the breakdown of what you will get for the price.
Okay.
Let's see. Sale.com and raffle. Okay. Okay. So what Mama Roz touched on earlier is that it's a spiritual experience. It is not necessarily a resort, it's a retreat. It's a getting away from all of the different types of elements that get into your mind and your peace.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't realize that these things are actually present in your thought process, in your thinking, in your lifestyle, until you extract yourself from that environment and you come to a place where you can find this peace. And my brand there at that property is peace. I can't put it on the internet and tell you what peace is, but when you come there, you will find it and you will see it and you will understand what role of being in that kind of environment offers to your healing and your mental well-being. Because no matter what you do, or where you live in America, race impacts, or no matter where in the West, Germany, France, the UK, race impacts every single part of your socioeconomic and mental health well-being. And when you are living like that for a prolonged period of time, hey, hey, my brother,
I go, everything blessed.
walk on, brother, you good?
Yeah, man,
Hey,
we're good.
sister, there's my sister. She got my face, yo. She's got. There's a. We
I
were
gotta say
we were
hello,
out
man.
one
Just
night,
touch
and
you. I just gotta say hello.
I'm happy. Look, I cook some curry chicken since day, man, and I'm telling you, the season them. For me, this for me says she me cook curry chicken for me. For me here.
Jojo! Hey,
Jojo.
Jojo.
Hi, lady.
Jojo. Hey,
She
baby.
said, "Hi, my baby. Hello, baby. Hi, Hamilton. Hello. Hi, Puppy Chulo. Oh man, these people are like, what? These people are crazy. But yeah, man. Yeah, but Mama Roz was talking about the place feeling like family, which is the goal. That's the objective. I am not going to the whole entire there is a choppiness. I froze.
Not
Look.
for me. I still see you. You're good
You
here.
still see me? Okay, I froze for myself. But but the family, that's the experience, is the family, the relationship of people communicating and connecting with each other. You also met other repats while being there,
Yeah.
and while at yeah and yeah, tell me about that experience, like realizing that you're a part of this larger community. How is that for you?
That was so like a homecoming because first the couple that I met, I walked up and I'm looking at them and I'm like, I know you. Don't I know you? And they looked at me and I had seen them on Exodus House.
Not
On
the green one.
yeah.
I never seen the green one.
Such good spirited people. Really laid back.
There.
Renee, let me tell you, when I got there, that was exactly what I was looking for. The people, the other people that came in to visit. I did not want to be in a resort. I did not want that type of atmosphere. I wanted to just not be rushed. I just wanted to de-stress. And everybody that I came in contact with wanted the same thing. And the spirit in your house, the spirit in Exodus house, please, it was just outstanding, you know, really nice people who wanted the same thing, to get out of Babylon and find a new way, you know,
and find a new way, and a different way. And that, when I see that, like the night we were all in the kitchen, and Junior cooked and Chastity cooked, and and there was just this energy in the house that, this is my sister, and my sister that I have no blood ties with, but my sister in spirit, my mother in spirit, my brother in spirit. And we were just all having a good time. No alcohol, no music, no nothing. We were just all there with all these children, and just vibing, and just all have the same kind of goal, and the same kind of objective of making Africa home. And I think a space like that, it lends itself to it. So when I found the house, I knew it wasn't a place I was going to live. I knew that I was going to run exactly how it is running. And so I thank you so very much for coming.
oh,
And and bringing your beautiful daughter and your son-in-law and your children, so that they know too that there is a place where they belong. There is a place that is home. You don't have to, have no lease sign. It's home. You feel home, you know, and that's how I want you to feel when you come, because it is home. It is home. It's not there. It's not a resort where where you feel like you don't belong there. You can't do this or you can't do that. It's a home, and it embraces people and heals people and loves people. And no matter where on that property you go, there is an element of peace that just envelopes you.
You
Like the
know,
whole world is out there, but there, right there, is just pure peace.
you give people the opportunity to like leave and come home. When you go to a resort, it's very commercial. I'm not knocking them. I'm not knocking
No.
anybody, anything, and I like those too. But you give people the
Yes.
opportunity to see the country. You get people the opportunity to leave. It's nothing scheduled, right
No.
away. I mean, there are things to do, and you have things to do too. But you give the opportunity to say, "Do I want to live here? Can I get with
Yes.
people? Can I hang out with the people? How are they?" And oh my god, I want to say this too. How they treat the children. Everywhere we went. I don't care if it was the store, I don't care where, they just come and they take your children and they love up on your children. And it's just everybody, even when you're sitting in a restaurant. And if in the US, if the baby make too much noise, they look at you like, "Oh,
It's a problem.
yes, it is." But
Yes.
not there. They're like, "You
No.
need some help." So yes, I just want to say that for people that have children, no fear whatsoever.
Yes. 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 This is true. I feel very safe with JoJo being here. I feel very safe of her wandering around, that property. And outside of the gates, the children, 2, 3 years old, they are walking around, no adult in sight, just as happy as can be, going to and from school, going to and from their business, going to and from the mosque, and they're safe. They are safe. They're not in this predatory environment where you fear for them out of your line of sight. And it really helps you to relax and helps you to uh, be more in tune with the people, that not everyone who approaches your child is a pedophile.
Right.
Not everyone who approaches your child is trying to snatch them. It's how they form and build communities. Like my name, I have no name. I have a title. I'm Mama Jojo.
Mhm.
Once you're a mother, you have respect on your name. It doesn't matter if you're a single mother of 500 kids. You are Mama somebody, and they're going to treat you like Mama somebody, because now you have to take on responsibility of someone else. So that means you are automatically entitled to some kind of respect. The way
Yes.
they treat the children, the way they treat the women, the way they treat each other. The Tanzanian people are just something else. And they have this entrepreneurial mind that no matter what you do, they're there doing something. They're willing to help, they're willing to lend their time, they're willing to give, they're willing to support, and not necessarily out of getting something, but because that's their nature, and so I want everyone to come and experience that and see that, and have the same kind of understanding, because we who are here, who have, made it home and have made a decision that this is home come hell or high water. Our mindset is slightly different, but only when you are here, when you are in it, when you see it, when you feel it, do you completely understand what has been missing from your life. Johanna, please stop. Do you really understand what has been missing from your life? B, what has been missing from your community? And Joanna, and C, what has been missing from the family structure? Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you and see you.
Okay, good. Yeah, because my screen is completely frozen. But how StreamYard works is even when you're frozen, it's still recording. So let me see. I wonder if I go out, if I could come back in, because I'm frozen. So Mama Roz, continue to talk. I'm gonna step out and come back in.
Okay.
Oh, I can't even do that. My whole screen is I cannot do anything. I can't, not even that can I do. Oh, there we go. Hey. Okay, I've just unstuck myself. Okay, good. And let me see Mama Roz. There she is. Okay. All right, but I can't see her anymore.
You can't see me?
I see you, but you're not on my screen. Can you see yourself on your screen?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's all that matters.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, yes. So, yes, Harmony was saying most of Africa does that. Of course, but you only when you arrive on the continent do you actually see and understand what has been missing and how deficient the West is in fostering human bonds and human connections and family development and community development. It's very deficient, and I'm very proud of what I've been able to do here in just this year, is that we now have this community around us so that we can start to work and expand on the things that need to be expanded on, in regards to repatriations and reparations and things like that, because Renee and Jojo alone in Africa isn't going to do it, right? We're not enough to make changes, to ask for concessions, to seek policy changes and things of that nature, or even seek, a certain kind of necessary concessions that the government needs to make on our behalf. So now that we have numbers and we have this community that we can synergize and centralize our ideas with each other, we can build more traction towards the future. Because I was shocked when I came here in 2020 that there was very little by way of the repatriation community, very little from the African Union, and very little from member states. And so, you have to think about it. It's like the chicken or the egg. Nobody is going to do anything for you until you do something for yourself.
Absolutely.
Okay, no one is going to say, oh, well, we're going to fix this for people repatriating to Africa. But if there's no one repatriating to Africa, why fix it? And so I've started along with other people who have repatriated, I've started to make my own formula for how I think we need to go forward. But in order to do this, we need funds, we need support, we need things of that nature, we need reservations. All the money that I get, I put it right back into the property. So if I get reservations, that goes towards buying furniture, it goes towards buying curtains, it goes towards buying rugs. You know, we're not completely 100% furnished. As Mama Roz can tell you, her bedroom was gorgeous, but there was nowhere for her to put her stuff. Okay, and other and people, and I'm so thankful for the people who come and roll with the punches, who come and see that I'm actually working my tail off, and you know, and jump in and roll with me on this boat, you know. So everything goes back to the property, and so we're looking now for the next phase.
Remember you?
That's awesome, Jojo. So we're looking now for the next phase, which is building out our community development project, building out our NGO, and creating a structural model for how we engage the community around us and how we become self-sufficient to take care of ourselves. You know, and so when we have that, we have something concrete that we can share with these African nations to say, this is our value, what we bring back. It might not necessarily be in money, but in know-how. If we just take a little bit of what we know and apply it to an environment where there is a need, then we can create markets that are unlimited here, right? So, oh, Bria says she would love to buy a piece of land. Hi, Kendra. Hi, beautiful. Yes, she'd love to buy a piece of land and just build her home. It is affordable. Purchasing land is affordable. You can purchase land for low prices. You need to connect with a Tanzanian in order to purchase land. Foreigners are not allowed to purchase land in Tanzania at this moment. But there are many different concessions, like Zanzibar has concessions for people who are looking to purchase or buy into those investments. And there are people who are partnering with Tanzanians left and right. You can start a company and buy the land through your company. There are many ways to do that. But like these are some of the concessions that I'm talking about, that we don't have the kind of recognition that we should have in the year 2021. We don't have the kind of government support that we should have in the year 2021. We have to work arduously to get back what was taken and stolen from us when we were kidnapped and captured some 400 years ago, you know, through chattel slavery. So we have to come to some kind of terms to correct what was taken from us. Jojo, no.
I see you.
Right. So running the raffle allows me an opportunity to expand on the how. Okay. So we have the why, because it's a necessity. And now we have to talk about the how. How are we going to get the kinds of concessions and political support that we need? How are we going to, you know, no, ma'am, no, please, up to your room. Please, last time. Thank you. Very nice, girl. Yes. So how are we, this is the how. How are we going to have legal representation? Because individual countries like Germany and the United Kingdom and Canada and the United States, they don't give a damn about repatriation. They don't care about Black people coming back to Africa. They are not in the ear of these African countries saying, well, you need to protect our people who are there, who are willing to return out of their own pocket and come and contribute to your culture, your country. They don't, there's nothing in place. When I tell you nothing, there is nothing. And that lends itself to opportunities for exploitation. It lends itself to the victimization of those who are coming without the kinds of protections that should be in place. So unless you are coming here with some money in your pocket to invest in something, to start a business, to do something, you are vulnerable to a lot of things that are happening here that I cannot necessarily say in this environment at this time. And so moving forward, the structure of this NGO that I'm starting is the legal representation of the diaspora across the continent, and the demonstration of the values that we bring with us when we return, and why they should look at us as an asset instead of a liability. Because there is a way to do this. There is a way to repatriate people where they can come, they can support the community, and there can be a part of a community that in which they live, and they can bring their values and their education, and they can be a part of the African experience. Okay, and that's all we're looking for, is peace and to be a part of the African experience. And unfortunately, where some groups like some Asian groups and some Middle Eastern groups and other groups who have found themselves on the continent, they have concessions because they are here en masse, and they are pooling their resources and working with each other, and they are a force to be reckoned with. And we, in our fragmented way of thinking, coming from the US, where they deliberately fragmented our thinking and broke relationships between each other. Yeah, them too. Yes, Harmony. Where they deliberately broke our ties and our ability to centralize and organize with ourselves, where they deliberately broke those ties, we find ourselves in a place where we don't know how to act. We find a place where psychologically people think about me instead of we. People go and they set up their businesses just for them and their kind in their family, and with a Muzungu mindset, without thinking of the we, the community. If you don't have $10,000 to come and do what I do, then boo-hoo for you. Okay? Without thinking that $10,000 could be used to include other people in the process of what they have found to be joyful and good, right? Yes, so there it is. But Israel says Jamaica has an agreement with Tanzania. China supports their citizens with expatriation to Africa. Yeah, there are concessions. There are things here. There are things here by so many groups, and not just in Tanzania, across the entire continent of Africa. There are things here. But if you write a letter to your congressman or to the vice president of the United States or one of these figures, or the Secretary of State, and you ask them, okay, so we voted you there, what are you doing for us? They have nothing to say. They have no protections for for this kind of activity, when they should look at us as an opportunity, because where we go, trade goes. Where people go, trade goes. People come here and they start up businesses where they say, okay, I can send stuff back to the United States. I can, begin to import things from the United States into Africa. But on the diplomatic section of things, there is nothing. There is nothing. It's like the racism of, you're not that important. Your blackness and your mental well-being is not that important for us to take up your cause. So you should live in America or Canada or UK or Germany and feel undignified and be a second-class citizen for us, instead of going and establishing new trade routes and new trade opportunities on the African continent. And so we have no protections. And this is why I am here doing what I'm doing. And this raffle might seem like something small to you, like, okay, she's running a raffle. But think about what I do with the small things that I get. I don't take the small things that I get and make small things. I take the small things that I get and I make very big things from them. So with that being said, it comes back down to this small thing. We're running this raffle because we need to A, build out our hives, B, we need to start doing different types of things on a legal level, so that we can impact and support the change that must come. There is no if it's going to come, or there is no, well, maybe there will be. No, the change must come, because with people migrating, it's human nature. Wherever people migrate to, they also bring change in policies and behavior and culture and customs with them. And for any government to overlook, whether it be African Americans or Canadian Africans or Caribbean Africans or whatever, for any government to overlook the opportunity that exists with the diaspora returning to Africa, they are admitting that they are racist and myopic and have no future view on what can possibly come out of our repatriation. They have developed tunnel vision. Yes, baby. They've developed tunnel vision on what it is that can actually be achieved with supporting us on a legal level with representation. So I am speaking to you because there are things that are on YouTube that I haven't spoken on. And there are things that others have come here and done and left us here with a bad taste in the Tanzanians' mouths for the repatriation community. And there are serious things that are happening here, and it is not being spoken on, and it's not being addressed, and it is not, there's nothing in place to support the repatriation community. And unfortunately, we are in the position where we have to build our own boat. We have to build our own boat. No one is going to come and build it for us. Maybe we'll get some help to build the boat if they can see us building a boat. So we have to start somewhere with doing the things that needs to be done, instead of sitting back in America and say, well, you know, ain't nobody's doing this and da 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 blah blah. Why would I go all the way to Africa for that? And this is why I started out when I started this channel, I said you to come to Africa, you need an immigrant's mindset. You need to forget all of that stuff. You're going towards peace, you're going towards happiness and a better life for your children, and you got to make it do what it do. No matter what it do, is going to do the best for you. You have to adopt that kind of thinking. No half stepping, no looking over your shoulder like Lot's wife and turn into a pillar of salt. None of that stuff, because it angers me, it incenses me. I seethe with rage that this in now 2021, there is nothing in place on any country in the continent. You got to come here and fight for it, which means you have to come here first. So think about these things that I said. They have their policies in place. We have to come, we play by the rules, we do exactly what they need us to do, but sometimes they themselves are not playing by the rules. So we have to be conscious of those things, and we have to understand those things. And, you know, people are individually coming up against their own obstacles, when we should be putting all of our cards on the table and saying, okay, this is why we need some kind of legal representation, and this is how we're going to go about doing it. And, you know, at this point in time, because the way how I've spoken and the things that I've done, probably there are people out there who don't necessarily want to see me succeed, or to see what my intentions are for this community, the diaspora community and the African community, come to fruition. And I've taken a lot of hits and a lot of stones, and I'm still standing. And I'm going to continue to fight until the day I die, because there is no way in hell I'm living and leaving this for my child to come and fight for. She is going to inherit the benefits. She is going to inherit the benefits and the good joys of our struggles, and she is worth it. I am not going to raise her in America to feel like a second-class citizen, like she doesn't belong, and, you know, have identity crisis and starts bleaching her skin and straightening her hair just to feel like she needs to fit into somebody's culture that will never accept her. She's a Black child, she's an African child, she belongs in Africa. And I am working towards a better world for her and her generation. And that's really why I do what I do, because I am not going to leave this to her, this unfinished work. They stole us, they snatched us out of Africa, used us for 400 years, built up their economy, disenfranchised us, put us under the bus, took advantage of us in every which way possible, sexually, physically, psychologically, and emotionally. And then when we're trying to get back to Africa, they try to throw all different kinds of wrenches and stones in our way to leave, A and B. When we get here, there is very little in place to move us to where we need to be. So I've now spoken on some things that I've never spoken on, and it's not that I'm unaware, it's that the context in which people are saying things is not necessarily the way that I would frame what I have to say. I don't say anything unless I know that I can bring about a new solution or a new change or a new opportunity for looking at things differently. I am a doer, and if I'm not on YouTube, you better believe I'm somewhere doing something towards a new mousetrap or a better mousetrap for what it is that I feel we're doing here in Africa. So back to the raffle. It's we're now running the fall raffle. We've restarted the raffle. We need funds and resources. We need support towards the beekeeping, the community effort to demonstrate what we are really about and what we're really looking to do. So the Exodus House is just uh, it's a beating heart that builds community, that builds, it's a place for people to come and learn and be at peace and connect with each other and understand how the culture works and all of these things. But the piece that's missing is the African community. And I know a lot of y'all supported me when I was fighting for that house and building that house. But that is only half of the battle. The next half is demonstrating our value and our worth in the environment. And actually, when I took that house, I expected to use the funds from my beekeeping activities to finance the house. I did not expect to start that house first. I expected to start this community beekeeping project where I could teach the community how to keep bees for us, and then we would purchase the honey from them, and then we would process the honey and be able to export that honey, and those profits is what we would use to finance our repatriation activities. So that is the entire structure. And then so the Exodus House is where we would transition families through and provide them the services that they needed to go out to continue on through Africa. So now you have an idea of what the plan is, but you won't really understand it until you see it in motion. And so if you are serious about this repatriation movement, you cannot have any kind of repatriation movement without inclusion of our African brothers and sisters. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. No village somewhere with just us and us alone and our hospitals and our own schools and our own children and they speak to each other and their history is just no. I'm not down for that. I'm not for that. I'm not for building anything that only includes the diaspora. I am not for doing anything that excludes Africans. I'm not for that, because if you do not have that that support of the African brothers and sisters, you will not have any allies. You won't. That's one. And two is, how is it that our African brothers and sisters have not been able to access the same kinds of resources that we have? And then we have those accesses and then we keep them to ourselves. What makes us different from the Muzungus? What differentiates us between them and us? The Muzungu mindset is they come, they build up these things and they have their own thing and they stick to themselves. Okay? But we are here asking for concessions and we're not creating any strategies for employment, education, support, healthcare, women's care, none of that. So who's going to make a concession for us? Okay, if you want a friend, you have to be a friend. That's the truth. If you want a friend, you have to be a friend. So I don't care where on the African continent you go. Whether you want to go to Rwanda or Timbuktu in Mali, I don't really particularly care where you go. But if you go there without the process of inclusion of the community around you, you will fail. We in Jamaica, we like to live nice with our neighbors for one particular reason. Anything can happen at any time and you are going to need your neighbors. Okay? So this next step that we're taking towards beekeeping is the proof of concept of the inclusion arm of what we're looking to do. And so I know I said a whole lot. I don't even know if Mama Roz is still with me. She's there. Hey, Mama. Yes. So I said a whole lot in regards to the relaunch of this raffle, you know, and it's more than just coming to this place that is so beautiful and enjoying it and, and you're okay. But while you are trying to be okay, someone is looking at you to help them to be okay too. And that's the facts of the matter. Someone else is looking at you. We are coming with a lot of power. We know things. We have been there. We've been exposed. We know things. And we can use those things in this environment in a way that will expand the horizons and the economies and the opportunities that are here. And we cannot exclude Africans, and we cannot expect that we have the kind of support that we need unless we do it ourselves. Okay? So let me tell you more about this. Let me see, Erica, anyone here willing to rent a private plane to fly? Wow. So Erica asked the question. She said, is anyone, let me see, if anyone is interested in renting a plane together. So that's an idea that has been floated here in, the repatriation community. And it's not hard to get a private plane, but how many people are actually willing to partner to do that? How many people are actually willing to say, yeah, I'm going to do this, or I want to be a part of that? How many people will actually purchase the tickets? So you would need to start from the ground up. Call what the name is, this jet company in New York. Well, look up private jet companies, private jet charter companies in New York. Find out how much it will be to fly to somewhere like not necessarily Tanzania, because that would be a lot of fuel, and that would drive up the cost. So probably to Kinshasa, to the Congo, because the Congo spreads between the west and almost to the east. So it comes up to the border of Tanzania. And if you flew to the Congo, it would probably be much cheaper because it's somewhat West Africa. If you flew to the Congo and you took a train from there to anywhere, to whether you want to go north to Ghana or Nigeria or come east, it's a strategic location. So if you're looking to do that, I would say look into that some more. Okay. Thank you, Plum. Plum says linking up with the community. Yes, absolutely. And this is a project that that I had before I left the States. I actually submitted this project in 2018 to my councilwoman in Philadelphia, and it also went to my state representative Stephen Kinsey, because Philadelphia has an issue. They have 47,000 vacant lots, and the highest unemployment in one of the highest unemployment cities of the Northeast. And I thought that if we educated people on beekeeping, and they kept the hives in these vacant lots, that we could really do something to affect the unemployment and affect some of the foreclosures and the homelessness that was prevalent in Philadelphia. The land that I had selected had a contract on it, but they were unable to raise the funds. And they told me if I waited until next year, I think that was 2019, they said, oh, wait till next year. And if they don't have the contract by next year, we will help you with this land that you're looking to get to run. And the project was called the Germantown Honey Meadow. So they said, okay, if that doesn't work, um, come back next year. And next year just happened to be COVID. So when I came here, I actually have that PDF. I actually have the presentation. I knew exactly how many acres of land I needed to use. I know exactly how many beeves to get hives to yield exactly what I needed to produce in one season. So I had a model. So if anybody would like to look at that presentation, I will share it with you happily. So it's actually a very, very good project. That project actually got me a job as a corridor manager at a community development corporation. So it's a very, very good, well laid out and well researched and well thought out project. And I give case studies and market value of honey and processes and how we could capitalize on those things. So when I came, I had it ready. And when I found that land at the Exodus House, let me explain. So the Exodus House, when you come in through the gate, there is one lot of land on the left where Joseph's house was, and like two other structures were on that lot of land. And then there is a driveway, and then that green space, and then the Exodus House. So that land that I'm talking about, when you come in through the gate on the left, that land is almost the exact same size, the exact same layout of the land that I was looking to acquire, which I had Jojo. And now that the land is cleared, I can more clearly see the vision that I had in my head in America for Philadelphia. Yes, dear.
I think I saw a shooting star, but it wasn't. It was a rocket.
Wow, awesome.
It went from.
Okay, yeah. Okay, did you finish your homework?
Yeah.
Can I see it?
But I didn't know what to do.
Okay. All right, I'll come and help you with it in a little bit. Go up to your room. All right. Yeah, a review said people all over Africa are community oriented. Yeah, so if anybody would like to have that, that is just the original blueprint. And then I have a new model and a new structure using this market and this market prices. My goal would not necessarily be to supply the local market. It is strictly for the exportation and into new markets like the European Union and United Kingdom, Canada, so forth, etc., etc., etc. And I have another formula and strategy for exactly who I would target to purchase that honey. That local people stare, you definitely know that. Oh, okay. Yeah. But in any event, that's what we're doing next. So let me tell you the raffle breakdown this time. So the 7-day stay, the 7-day stay ticket is $150. Okay, and that value, the value of that booking is about $340, I think. That is in a shared bathroom where you can have a guest. So for $150 for 1 week, basically it would be $75 a person for um, for a week at this property, at the Exodus house. And it is in a shared bathroom. That's the 7-day stay. The 14-day stay, the 14-day stay is in the master suite. Again, the master suite accommodates 2 guests. In the master suite, it has its own bathroom. It's self-contained. Mama Roz can tell you it is a mini palace inside that master suite. So for 14 days, that ticket is $300, and the value of that stay, I think, is $1,050. Okay. And then for the 2-bedroom family suite, which has 4 beds in it, in its own private bathroom, and it can sleep up to 5 guests, that is going to be $500 for the ticket. It is a 21-day stay. The value of that booking is $2,600. So for $500, you can bring up to 5 people to Africa, and you can have this for 21 days. 5 people for 21 days for $500 and a $2,600 booking. So that is the breakdown. We're going to be doing our drawing on the 31st of October. Okay, so if you have a large family, or if you have a family that might be thinking about coming along with you, you can, Mama Roz can tell you this, the 2-bedroom family suite can fit a whole lot of people. It is big, it is beautiful, it has 4 beds in there. There are 2 double beds and 2 king-size beds, and it's still a very large room. And so yes, so that would be the breakdown. So think about that. Think about that as you purchase these raffle tickets. Go to starlinesale.com. The value of the ticket, the purpose of what I'm looking to raise funds with this raffle to do, and how and the kind of energy and the kind of space that you're coming to. So those are the things that you want to think of. You want to think of as you contemplate and purchase your raffle tickets. So I'm going to be doing more and more promotions in regard to this raffle, in regards to how we can move forward. As Bob Marley said, move forward in this generation triumphantly. Okay? Not defeated, but triumphant. We have to find a way to be triumphant over all of the obstacles and all of the negativity that are coming our way, you know. So that's pretty much what we are up to now. So let me go back through here and see if I could find any questions that people have been putting in. Let me see. I see somebody in a private chat. Sweet Mama Ra said the master suite is huge. Polesana. Yay! Now I got Mama Roz on here. So Mama Roz, what do you think about that ticket for that master bedroom, $300 for 2 weeks in your room? How? What do you think about that?
I think that's an excellent price. That room is so big, and it's like you're right on the ocean. You can just hear it constantly, and it has a balcony that wraps around. It's on the corner, and it has a balcony that wraps around where you can get the view of the whole property, the ocean, and everything.
The islands, Budia Island, and the sandbank.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But it
Yeah.
is huge. It's huge.
It's huge and it's beautiful. And I think a lot of people will enjoy being there. So, I always talk about waking up in there because I only slept there once and I woke up there, just the once. And when I woke up there, it was just like, where am I? It was just so peaceful and looking out on the water and seeing the boats go by and seeing the sun come up. And I was to tears. Like, I cannot believe that I was able to work hard enough to accomplish something like that. It was very, very beautiful. So $300 for the master suite. Okay, that is far below a fraction of the cost, the value, and the benefit of what that place is it sleeps to. The 7 days is 150, and those bedrooms are huge as well. You can accommodate up to 2 to 3 guests in those bedrooms. And then actually, there is you can take up to 2 to 3 guests. And I'm going to allot a special room that has 2 beds with its own balcony for that raffle. And then the 2 bedroom family suite for 21 days. What did you think? Did you go down into the 2 bedroom family suite, Mama Roz?
Of course I did. I slept down there. My family was down there.
You did?
Because the kids wanted me down there, the little ones. So I was like, okay, so let me go down there. I slept there and I slept in the master suite.
Wow.
That 2 bedroom, those beds are gorgeous.
Yes, ma'am. It's definitely a steal, and it can accommodate a large family. So I think at one point you said that you all would have been fine if you just had that one room.
Absolutely.
But you won the raffle for the master bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
but yeah, so it could easily accommodate a family of 5 or even 6. I wouldn't go 6 because the bathroom or whatnot, but a family of 5 very comfortably.
Yes.
Very, very comfortably. And it has its own wing. So it has its own door, its own corridor, its own bathroom, its own large bedroom with its own television, its own everything. So it's self-contained that if you wanted to stay in there all day and never come out, you would be fine. Right?
Yes. Like a little small apartment.
It is a little small apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, Mama. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mama, thank you so very much for joining us. I know you had to listen to me rattle on.
No, I enjoyed every minute of it. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Those of you who would like to purchase the ticket, I had put it in. Let me see. Do I have another guest that's waiting? Okay, no. Let's see. For those of you who would like to put comment, have any questions or anything for me, go ahead and put it in the comment section now. I'm putting the link again for the website, starlinesale.com and /raffle. This is about launching the raffle and the funds that we need to move the project forward. And for donations, the same Cash App, $ Renee Moneymaker, and let's see. Thus far, I have done everything that I said I was going to do. The only thing that I have yet to do is get all of the things that I need for the cement seats. A lady was very helpful in that, and there is a certain fabric, an outdoor fabric that I'm unable to find. So if anyone is looking to come, please let me know, because we're having issues sourcing that kind of the sunbrella outdoor fabric that is like it's mildew resistant, it's mold resistant, it's moisture resistant, and that's what we're going to have to use for those cement seats. So, and I have not been able to source it here. Uh, but yes, so for those of you who would like to make any donations or would like to purchase the raffle ticket, and we still running the Exodus house, y'all. Don't sleep on her. She is beautiful. Okay, so let me just put this here. Let's see. Colon / exodushouse.com. And if you have any questions for me, you can email me at exodusafrica1@gmail.com. If you would like to look at the plan that I'm telling you about that I had written for the city of Philadelphia, go ahead and email me, and I'll share that with you if you think that will help you with your decision making. And if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one with me to talk about any of the things that you heard me talking about, or even a consultancy for your repatriation or your business development, please go ahead and communicate with me on that. Okay, so anybody got any questions for me? Let me just look through here, see if there's anything interesting that came up. We have to group ourselves and put our money together. Yes. But you know something, so Julie Sky said this. She said, we have to group ourselves and put our money together. We have to be a force to be reckoned with. If Indians, Arabs, and Muslims can do it, so are we. And she is spot on, because you have to think India is not considered is it? Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Probably now India is considered a first world economy. Maybe they're in the top 7 or top 5 now, but they are always behind the United States. They're always behind the West. China, always, I think China is on stream to be the largest economy. But as far as economics go, and trading markets go, and education in certain regards go, a lot of these cultures that are competing and doing well in Africa don't have the same kind of resources and exposure as, you know, people in the United States. And so it's like, you know, how can you miss the fact that we have all of these resources and knowledge endowments that we are overlooking when we come to the African continent? It's very, very strange, because we do not have the same kind of collaboration and structure, social structure for collaboration, and social structure for family unit. We don't have unity. We don't have those things, and that is how we're getting defeated. But please, I'm going to ask you, don't have that in America and then come here and also have that. If you have the $10,000 to go ahead and set up a business or a farm or something just for you and your family and you and your husband and everyone, why don't you think of how can you set up this business that in a way that other people and other diasporans and other people who are coming can also benefit from this business? How can you either A, employ people, B, have people volunteer for you that you can assist them to get the things that they need to get them to where they need to go? I mean, I'm not saying that everybody should be some kind of bleeding heart like dumb old Renee who's helping folk and not getting where she needs to be all the time. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we have to have some kind of psychology of community. And if we don't have that amongst ourselves, how are we going to have it for these African folk? If they're looking at us crazy, like, okay, these people over here, they have this business, those people over there, they have this business, and we're not building any synergies or creating any kind of community of structure around each other, why do they think we would be any different in regards to them? That's food for thought. Okay. Hemp, yes. Let me see. CBD dispensary. Oh, okay. Do some research on the hemp. Oh, the blue room. Plum Jade said, "What is the name of the sitting room area near the staircase?" I call that the blue room because I had intended to use that for my screening room, but I'm gonna build something else that can accommodate those needs. So it's the blue room with the blue sofas, right, and the blue light, and the sailboats. Yeah, so that's the blue room. So we have 1, 2, 3 sitting areas in the Exodus house. Not all of them have somewhere to some furniture, but we have them. It's just a matter of time before we can furnish them, right? So if you have any questions for me, go ahead and send me an email. I do actually have another appointment waiting for me somewhere down the road in Bagamoyo. I don't know, Bagamoyo Road, but I need to get to that. But I'm glad we were able to talk this evening. I know you haven't seen me a lot because I've been doing a lot, and I've also been trying to have some kind of a life. I work myself near silly, not enjoying any of this Africa. I just got to Africa in July when Zakia got here. It's because I was just working and focused and working and working and working. And there's a lot to see, and it's beautiful, and I love it here. I love it here, and I love it here some more. Okay, let me see. Okay, yes, you can cash up for the raffle, Erica. Okay, you can definitely send me the email and cash out me, and that's a very good point because I know a lot of people just tell me what you're cash apping for, and then I will enter you into the raffle manually. So starlinesale.com. Why isn't that link working? Okay, so I'm gonna go test the links. Anybody who has issues with the links, email me. You can Cash App, you can PayPal for the raffle. Email me and I'll email you back if you're having any kind of issues at all. Okay, thank y'all so much. I appreciate your time. And if you have anything to add to the things that you heard me say, I'm here to learn. I need to also get your insight and your perspective and your guidance as well. Okay, maybe you know things that I don't. Maybe you have knowledge that I am not privy to. So if there are things that you would like to share with me, please do. I know Review Site has no problem doing that. Neither do Erica. But and mama sure she don't. But yes, so please go ahead and y'all need to give Mama Roz a hand, applaud her because she told me to start the raffle again. She was like, "Listen here, girl, you can't have this. You can't have this here property and not run the raffle. You need to run the raffle again because people need to come and do this. People need to see this. People need to know what you're doing and see what you're doing because we don't know until we come." Okay, so you give Mama Roz a hand, and that's one of the reasons why I really wanted her here on this live, because she is the one who pushed me, and we need that. Sometimes we need the elders to come along and give us wisdom and guidance and push us along to where we need to be. And I appreciate you so much, Mama Roz, and your beautiful children and your grandchildren, and God bless you and your family. And I can't wait for you to come back home.
I'm coming.
Yes, Mama.
We love you.
Yes, Mama. We love you too, Mama. Okay. All right. Let me see. There was something here. Who said this? Okay. Yeah. So let me run on, and I will talk to y'all real soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Mama.